I have absolutely loved my time with Avowed. I think the combat's fantastic. I can see where some of the criticisms come in, and I'll come back to that in a second. But generally, I really like the humorous kind of setting. I think it looked graphically fantastic. I've been playing on the Xbox Series S, and I'm astounded at how good it looks. I think it's probably one of the better looking games I've seen run on the S. I think it did a lot of what Dragon Age. I was going to say Inquisition, but that's not the right one. Like I corrected you on it last week or week before. Dragon Age Purple. But yeah, like I think that does a lot of what that was going for in terms of having a slightly more colorful world, having a slightly more light-hearted view on the world, and kind of going with a bit more humor. And I think it does that a lot better than Dragon Age Veilguard seems to have managed it, while also having a fair amount of purple and a bit of color in things as well. I think fundamentally the thing that draws me back to the game and pulls me through the game, some of the story elements I like, and the overarching story I think is good, and I really like the character interaction and some of like the humorous conversations between them. I like the companion characters, and I like how myself and the companion characters interact with the world and the overall kind of choices it makes you make. I haven't necessarily seen how much payoff there is to those choices. I'm about 35 hours in. I've completed the first two lands, and very rare for me, done all the side quests, all the treasure hunts, everything I could find to do, and then moved on to like the third area where I'm continuing to do the same. One of the only thing that lets it down is that there is, and for me to say this got to be something, but there is too much talking in the game. Story is one of the main things, but I really, really like the combat. I think the base level of the combat works really well. It's got a really nice kind of intuitive feedback to it. The one thing I'll say is I think that it could do with being a bit less stingy in how many ability points it gives out, because it wants you to be able to do various different things, and then doesn't allow you to have enough variety in what you can do to be able to switch to those things. If you go down the path of being like a fighter that does one-handed weapons, you can't even then really experiment with two-handed weapons very easily. But even with that criticism, I think the combat's so good that I don't mind the slight lack of variety to it, because it's still fun every time I get into combat. I'm really enjoying my time with the game and have really got stuck into it, and I'm going to see it through to the end as well at some point. So yeah, really enjoying it.